What up, tubers? Welcome back to another sealed Modern Horizons 3 early access event here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. Again, this is a one-day early access event. The full set will not be online until next week for the general public, but I am trying to slam as many events as I can for y'all and get a bunch of videos recorded. We'll jump into our pool. We've opened... wow, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rares / mythics. Let's see what they do. We opened a Grist Voracious Larva, 1 mana, 1/2 Death Touch. Whenever it or another creature enters from your graveyard, or you cast it from your graveyard, you can pay a green. If you do, exile Grist, then return it. So you need to have some graveyard shenanigans for this to work. Okay. Kaith, Famed Mechanist. 3/3 Fabricate 1. Other non-token creature you control have Fabricate 1. Choose one. Populate or Proliferate. That is very strong. Very nice. Incubator. And choose a creature. That's a reprint. It is not good in limited. This is a 3 mana 7/5. Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, Proliferate. It has Vanishing. So this is not... oh god, what was the other? Time counters? There's Vanishing, and then there's something else. Not Echo. Fading. Fading was the original. Vanishing is, I think, the newer one. Vanishing, when the last counter is removed, you sacrifice it. Fading is when you cannot remove a counter, you sacrifice it. So Vanishing is worse. At the beginning of your upkeep, you remove a time counter when the last is removed. So you play it, right? On your next turn, it goes down to 1. You can attack or whatever. On the following turn, it would die unless you have proliferated. Springheart Nantuko, 2 mana, 1/1. That has Bestow. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. Whenever a land enters the battlefield in your control, you can pay 1 in a green if it's attached to a creature you control. If you do, you make a token that's a copy of that creature. If you didn't create a token, you make a 1/1. Wow, that card is strong. Toxic Deluge, always fantastic in limited, very good. Kali of the Vast, another reprint, probably not good in limited. Abstruse Appropriation, black, white, 2, Devoid. Exile target non-land permanent. You may cast that for as long as it remains exiled. Okay, that card's insane. Damn, that card is very good. It's just a built-in 2 for 1. Oh, I opened 2 whales. How did I not even notice that? And then we have 6. 3 mana, 2/4 Reach. Whenever it attacks you, mill 3 cards. You may put a land from among them into your hand, and then as long as it's your turn, non-land permanent cards in your graveyard have Retrace. Non-land permanents. That works kind of nice with Grist. And then we have a Flooded Strad reprint. All right, so let's get to deck building. Again, I'm not going to spend super long on the deck build itself. I will go over the cards, but yeah, I think it's better just to get straight into the games. 1/1 for 1 with Afterlife 1, and then gives the creature Afterlife for a Bestow 3 cost. Dog Umbra. As long as another player controls enchanted creature, it can't attack or block. Otherwise, Dog Umbra has Umbra Armor. Oh, that's great. So it's a pacifism if you cast it on your opponent's creature, and if you cast it on your creature, it gives it the Umbra. Nice. Wing It, combat trick that gives your creature flying permanently. This is the Tapper for energy that gives 2 energy when it enters. 4 mana 3/3 flyer with support 2. That card is very good. Yeah, this is an incredible curve out card. Holy smokes. That card is great for a common. Rose-Caught Knight, 5 mana, 3/4 Vig. Look at the top 6. You may reveal an artifact or enchantment. Put the rest on the bottom of your library if you did put a card in your hand. Okay, so if you don't hit an artifact or enchantment, it's a 5 mana, 4/5 Vigilance, or it's a 5 mana, 3/4 Vigilance that drew you a card. Not bad. Plane Cycling, love it. When it enters the battlefield... oh, this is a reprint, isn't it? I think this is a reprint. 5/7 Flying that exiles artifacts and enchantments when it enters with cycling. Colosseum reprint! Gotta love that one. 2/1 Flying Devoid for 2. That has an Eldrazi making ability. Nice. 2 mana 0/4 add colorless. Spend only to cast a colorless or activate a colorless ability. That's not bad. Tamio meets a story circle. Saga. Until your next turn, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control gets -2/-0. Discard a number of cards, then investigate twice for each card discarded that way. Shuffle up to 3 target cards from your graveyard into your library. That's not terrible. It's a slow way to draw extra cards, but it is a way to draw extra cards. And the initial trigger gives you a little bit of time to do that, you know? Looter with energy. Big Brainstorm. There are those whales. Electrozoa, 3-mana, 3/1 Flash Flyer, ETB 2 energy. The beginning of your pre-combat main phase, tap it unless you pay an energy. Okay, so that requires a decent bit of energy to work out. 3-mana, 2/2, draw and scry. Okay, that's just good 3-mana, 2/2. Copy Croak. You can have it enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it has whenever this attacks, it connives. That's cool. 4-mana, Devoid, Star. You can have it be a 3/3 flyer, 2/5 vigilance, or 0/12 defender. Primal Clay vibes, except 0/12. That's hilarious. Reefworm, I believe that's a reprint. Yeah, when it dies, you make a 3/3 fish. When that fish dies, it makes a 6/6. When that 6/6 dies, you make a 9/9. Pretty funny. Graveyard with Shenanigan Doo-Doo. What is this? 2-mana, 2/1, ETB. Each player sacrifices a non-token creature. That's not bad. Good. Decent. Additional cost. Sack an artifact or creature, draw 2, and then it has flashback. It's not terrible. Wither and Bloom's very good. Early game removal spell / late or later game after you cast it anyways. Value. Just good murder with upside. There's that toxic. 4-mana, 2/1 flying, affinity for artifacts. When it enters, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw a card. That's not bad. 2/3 menace with connive when it enters or attacks. Not bad. Gargantua's pretty solid. Oh, the Barbarian Ring is also same vein as Cephalid Coliseum. Discharge, good removal for energies. Flash equipment. Enters, you get 2 energy. When it enters, you also attach it. That's not terrible. 1-mana, 1/1 haste, sack it, 4 damage to a creature. That's not terrible. 2-mana, 2/1 first strike. When it enters, you get 2 energy. Then if you cast it from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land. You can cast that card by paying amount of energy equal to its mana cost. It's kind of neat. But if you just cast this on turn 2, which you should probably be doing if you have it on in your hand on turn 2, unless your curve is really low, you're unlikely to get free value, you know? It's not like you draw the card. It just exiles until you hit a non-land, and then, yeah. If you don't cast it, then it's gone. Sorcery speed, 4 damage is good. Mediocre. Bug, I guess, affinity purposes. One of those exile cards from the top that you can cast, but this one gives you value even if you don't cast the cards this turn. 3-mana, 2/3. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield in your control, deals 1 damage to each opponent. Oh, that's kind of neat. Has an Unearth too. Any of the DFC cards, like the Sundering Eruption here, are just very playable. Destroy target land. Its controller may search their library for a basic, put on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Creatures without flying can't block this turn. So this is probably one of the weaker ones, but it's still good. Again, DFCs are great. Spawn Gang Commander. Siege Gang Commander of the Eldrazi variety. And it is just Siege Gang Commander, isn't it? Oh, kind of. Never mind. The tokens are 0/1s instead of 1/1s, and you have to have colorless. Remember, with the colorless requirements, you cannot pay any color. It has to be specifically a colorless source. Interesting. Put a 1/1 counter, a reach counter, and a death touch counter on target creature. Untap it. That is a cool combat trick. There's the Grist. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control if you control it. That's just a 1-mana punch. That card's great. 2 mana 2/2 devoid, adapt 1. Whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on it, you make an Eldrazi. That card's great. There are a bunch of 1/1 counter synergies in this format too. So remember, you can put additional counters on this and still get that ability. You cannot adapt again. Adapt is only when it doesn't have the 1/1 counters on it, but you can put 1/1 counters on it other ways and it will get the value. For example, whatever this card is, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, then double the number of 1/1 counters on each creature that had a 1/1 counter on it. And it has Overload. That card is quite strong. Reveal the top 4 of your library, put a permanent from among them into your hand, put the rest in your graveyard, and you make a spawn. It's good for 2 mana. 2 mana 2/2 devoid. Creature tokens you control have devoid. That is a really good Eldrazi token card. And then 4 mana, you make one of the Eldrazi's. There's the Nantuko. When you cast a spell and when it dies, you make an 0/1. It's a 3 mana 3/3 that makes an 0/1 token. That's great. 3 mana 3/3, enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green elk creature with base power and toughness 3/3. Okay, so that's like a bad removal spell slash a 3/3 for 3. So that's pretty good. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, you just... Okay, that card's cool, but probably not good. And then a 4 mana 4/4 adapt to modified creatures you control have trample. That's solid. 4 mana 4/4 at its base can turn into a 6/6 trample. The Wumpus. When you cast it, if colorless wasn't spent to cast it, target opponent may put a creature card from their hand on the battlefield. So it's a 4 mana 6/6 trample if you can pay the colorless cost. Then a bunch of multicolored cards. Energy, blue-white creature. That puts an exalted creature on something. That is really cool. There's the insane Abstruse. Yeah. Black-white dual land plus a very strong enchantment aura if you can instead or cast that. 2/3 lifelink. Powerful looter. Here's the cranial plating effect of the format. 3 mana 3/3. Whenever it attacks, put a 1/1 counter on target modified creature you control, and it has adapt itself. That's awesome. I think we're just gonna force like green-black adapt slash Eldrazi. That seems really cool, even if it's not the correct. Again, I'm not gonna go for the correct, quote unquote, correct build. I'm gonna go for the, build the deck quickly and go for it. All of these landscape cards are amazing, by the way. They're not only colorless sources for your Eldrazi cards, they are also just evolving wilds for, 3 colors, and then they also have cycling. They're kind of nuts. I like this Eldrazi Ravager too. Yeah, so let's go like green-black, maybe splashing white for the Abstruse, and we have some white fixing. We have green-white here, we have black-white here. No, this deck is going to be really cool. All right, green-black splashing white is the plan. These are a little bit awkward in our deck because we're going to have a lot of token creatures, and this forces non-token sacrifice, but we'll see about those. Insight. I mean, with a lot of Eldrazi tokens, this is probably fine, but I don't know if I'd run 2. Loom's great, great, great. How many artifacts am I going to be running? We'll see about that. This is probably a trick worth trying out. And let's see, am I going to have enough graveyard value for this? We'll find out if Grist is worth running. These propagator drones are pretty cool. And then splash that Abstruse. Expanding Ooze in. We get green-black, perfect. White-blue doesn't do anything for us, and then we can run the Annihilator. This deck's going to be really sweet. Oh, you know what? The retrofitted Transmigrant triggers the Grist, but I don't think it's good enough on its own. I don't think I have enough artifacts for the... Yeah, so we're not going to be running that refurbished familiar thing. These are both land. So we're at 30 cards right now. What are cuts? We're not really taking advantage of the... So this card's really good. There's like a draw 3 cards matter archetype in the format, but we're not that. Yeah, I don't think we want these accursed marauders. I mean, we do have a lot of creatures, though. I think the Grist is probably... So it's still a 1/2 death touch for 1. It's not, like, unplayable. If it entered from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard. Again, I don't think we have enough synergy for that. Is this Dross Claw worth running? I don't think so. That's more for the artifact deck. Yeah, my only regret here is that we don't have too many Eldrazi to ramp into. So I guess we are more of the +1/+1 counter theme. Yeah, I don't think the Grist is making this deck. Like, you'll note with cards like Gargantua, again, you don't have to adapt to get the ability. Whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on this, you draw. You can draw and lose 2. So Gift of the Viper triggers it, right? If you adapt it first and then you Gift of the Viper, you get to draw 4 cards. It's kind of absurd. 29 minus 4. We're at 25 playables right now. I mean, maybe this isn't great in our deck. No, it is. It makes tokens itself. Never mind. I guess if we're not doing the graveyard theme, maybe the Rumbles or one of the Rumbles can be cut. It does make Eldrazi, though, which is kind of nice. I'm not huge on the Elk. Oh, I have the 6 for the... I have the 6 for the Grist. Maybe it's worth just hoping. That's my only synergy with it, though, right? Actually, 6 is really good with the Malevolent Rumbles. That's kind of tough. What's my worst card? Maybe the Elk is not that great. The worst case scenario is a 3-mana 3/3. And if your opponent has something fat, I mean, it's good on that. Kind of want to run 16 land with the 2 DFCs. I think. I don't have any other fixing, right? Enters the battlefield under control if it entered from your graveyard or you cast it. No, see, I don't think that's good enough. It's only 1 card. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I need to cut 1 card to run 16 lands plus 2 DFCs. I think it might just be the Elk. Creature count still... creature count a little bit lower now. Maybe I don't want this insight after all. Sack an artifact or creature, draw 2, flashback. I think we have enough stuff. Okay. Let's see. 3 planes? No, thank you. 1 at most. So here, these Twisteds are both green, black, and colorless. 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's going to be a 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's very good. So remember, the white is only in the deck for the Abstruse. These are castable without the white sources. And they also act as fixing for Abstruse. Alright, this deck looks sweet. Let's ship this off and go to round 1. Get some people. Oh god, how long was that video running without me having paused it? Anyways. Looks like a pretty decent opening hand. We're on the draw here. Guess we'll probably want to run out the Grace on turn 1. Yeah, seems fine, seems safe. Cursed Wombat, 2/3 for 2, adapt 2. Whenever permanents you control, whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on this permanent, put an additional. Ooh. I feel like I should just kill that right now before they can untap and put a 1/1 counter on it with some combat trick or something. I have another Wombat. Okay, that's kind of problematic. Two Cursed Wombats, huh? This format's version of the Constrictor. Winding Constrictor. Trickster Elk as a 3/3. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab another forest here. Don't need the colorless right now. Oh, Toxic, that's gonna be good. Okay, so let's go like this. Let's level this up. 3/2 lifelink. 4/3 lifelink. Because what I'm trying to do here is set up a position where I get to make my creature too big, and then I just wipe their board and keep mine, you know? What was this one? This is the red-green land. Target creature you control deals damage equal to power to target creature. Oh, so that one's just very good. Stomp, stomp. Ah, there's the obtrusive. This card is so insane. Just exile their Wombat, and now I can cast it later. By the way, still bashing with a 4-power lifelinker. What a card. I mean, if they don't have a way to kill my vampire, it's just gonna crush them. That's the good one. Green X for a 0/1 with X counters, and it also has Bestow. Nice. Alright, so we're gonna go like this, I guess. We go... Actually, man, it's so tempting. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, then double the number of 1/1 counters on each creature that had a 1/1 counter. So this would turn into a 5/4, and then it would turn into an 8. A 5/4, and then an 8/7, and then I could attack for 8 because it would have Menace, and then wipe their board. Or I could just Cursed Wombat. Ah, this is just way too good, right? uh, 9/8 Menace lifelink. God, why couldn't I get some of these Cursed Wombats? They would be insane in our deck. Pass. It's probably not going to cut it for you. This is 4 to adapt. I mean, I just have a free roll attack here. So let's see what they do. I mean, I don't like they have so much open mana and 4 cards. I think we're just gonna attack in and see how they play it. Gift of the Viper. All right. Breath of Response, and that'll probably be all she wrote. Nice. Yeah. Wow. Ooh. All right. The 1/1 counter synergies. crazy good there. Crazy good. Let's go into our next round and hope we can do the same. On the play. This hand's a little bit slow. It has all of our colors, but 4-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop I don't think is a keepable hand. That looks a lot better. It's the ooze here. We have a bunch of them in our deck anyways, right? I guess maybe, did I cut? How many did I play? Maybe I'm only running 2 Zwags. Ooh, hello 6 with the rumble value. 3 mana 2/4 is just kind of hard to kill in the early stages, you know? 2 mana 3/3 is pretty good though. It's a nice +1/+1 counter synergy card. Again, I'll try to hover as much as I can. Creature tokens you control have evolved. Let's see. Obstinate has flying as long as it's modified, and it has persist. That's pretty good. Whenever it attacks mill 3, you may put a land from among them into your hand. As long as it's your turn, non-land permanent cards in your graveyard have retrace. So that means you can discard a land and cast them from your graveyard. Did hit a land. Sadly, we milled our Fangs of Colonia, but we did hit our Strength of the Harvest. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each creature and or enchantment you control. That's kind of great. I'm just going to land here and pass, though. That'll let us hold up Breath, but also hold up the activation of the Propagator Drone. The Necro Bloom, 4 mana 2/7 with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield in your control, you make an 0/1 plant. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, you create a 2/2, and land cards in your graveyard have dredge 2. What the hell? That's awesome. Get a token here. Kind of want to just go big. Big Ren. Nice. Just go like this before they block it. It will shrink our 6 by 1, but I am going a little bit all in here. Because if they can kill this 6, that's a problem. This only returns from the milled cards. It's not like a Gravedigg effect. Gift of the Viper. Do they have a punch? Ah, they do have the punch. Yeah, that's brutal. Now we are getting demolished. Okay, target creature, so I need to find a 3-power creature. Okay, there's our Gargantua, but I can't cast it this turn. I milled my... Oh yeah, I can cast it because of the token, right? This does have persist, but it won't come back with the Flying Reach Death Touch counter, right? I don't think that's how that works. Another dog, damn. Okay. If you control an Eldrazi, I do have an Eldrazi right here. Let's go ahead and do the punch. Persists back. Shouldn't have the counters anymore, right? But it does still have flying because it's modified. Play the ooze. Say go, hold up. Is this instant? Yeah, it should be, right? Yeah. Alright. Feels like we're crushing now. Whenever it attacks, put a 1/1 counter on target modified creature you control. So this is actually kind of sick, because we can draw 2, and then if the ooze attacks, we put an extra... We can put an extra counter on the Gargantua and do it again. Absurd. So much value. This doesn't work because I can adapt this. Wow. 6 synergy. This ooze is gross. Because it can put a counter on itself, too. So it's just like a 3-mana 3/3 that can just continuously keep growing every turn. 7's Reclamation's in the format. Very cool. So when they flash this back, they can copy the Reclamation ability. Let's see, they should have attacked for 3 there, right? Oh, geez, this gives trample to my creatures now. Okay, that should be game over then, right? I can adapt on this. So all 3 of my creatures have modifications. I don't think I need to grow the Gargantua and draw more cards. We're already so far ahead. Like, this is a lethal attack as it stands. Yeah, wow. 6 synergies. Love it. And remember, this is sealed, so sealed is not even a good indicator of all the synergies that you can have. Or rather, you're less likely to have a lot of those good synergies. Seems like draft is going to have... So, the Modern Horizons formats, they're one of the formats that really rewards you for jumping in the open lane if you're playing draft. Because you're trying to build a deck and not just have high power cards for the most part. This hand's a little bit slow. We have 3 good tricks here, but I don't have a creature until turn 5. I think I'm supposed to mulligan that. Guess I keep it. I mean, we have the Toxic Deluge, so playing against Andrea Mengucci. Yeah, I have to go get a green source here. There's the Ram. Okay. Let's be cycling our Ravager most likely. Double Ram again! In my earlier video today, we played against a double Ram deck. When another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Alright. That's fine. So we want to Gift of the Viper this, and then Toxic for 3. Good. Alright. Stabilizing. Big time stabilizing. So 1/1 that can return from your graveyard with 2 1/1 counters on it. The Frogmere Enforcer, nice. Ah, that's still way too many, We're getting wrecked by those cranial rams. Every single creature of his is going to be extremely relevant, and those cranial rams give death touch too. take lifelinker here. Maybe I just pass and insight the token to draw extra cards. That sucks he had double artifact to follow up. Rel and the Implicit deals 2 damage to each creature and planeswalker your opponent's control? Ooh. Alright, well. Sacrifice our token, draw 2 cards. You may discard a card. If you do, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them until the end of your next turn. Man, if we can cast this to give our creature +2/+2 and flying lifelink, that would be pretty great, but I think for now we're chilling. What's a oh, the Spellgorger weird. Okay, that's fine. This gives +3/+1 right now, so I cannot just Glasswing and attack. This is a great draw, though. Can almost kill him next turn. Didn't discard. His hand is too... Oh, he has another Ral in the Implicit. Alright, well that doesn't kill us. That kills these 2. Wait, don't I win now? 8, 9, 10, 11? Yeah, we just go to 1 and we win with the Glasswing Grace. Not today, Menguchi. Not today. Okay, whew. Scary one. 3-0, man. I have not lost a single match of Sealed so far on these early access. I mean, if you missed the earlier one I uploaded today, spoilers, but go watch that one because that deck was also incredible. Okay, where are we at here? The double propagator drone's actually not that good. And the landfall ability here only triggers, I believe, if this is a bestow, right? Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, comma, you may pay a green and a 1 if Springheart Nantuko is attached to a creature. Yeah, that's all one sentence. So, I mean, I think I'll keep this hand, but this is not a very good hand, let's put it that way. I'm probably just going to lead on propagator drones. Because I'd rather, well, I guess I can lead on this and just activate on turn. Yeah, it's just not very exciting. Good news, we hit the land, so don't have to worry about it so much. That card is really solid. Whenever another non-token creature's on the battlefield in control, proliferate. 2 mana, 3/1. There are so many 1/1 counters in this format. As noted by our deck especially. Malevolent Rumble. Urza's Cave. Sacrifice it, search your library for a land, put on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Card's really cool. Land Urza's Cave. Whoa. Angel of the Ruins. They have a Jeskai Cycler. I can already tell I'm going to love this format. It's going to be a good time for drafting for a while. took the big angel. So maybe just for land cycling purposes. Oh, they're going to just immediately land cycle right now, sure. So I'm going to attack for 2. And then play out, I guess, our Brood Scale. And then next turn I can bestow plus play a land. And immediately make a copy. Yeah, this Nantuko is kind of sick. Actually, multiple propagator drones give multiple instances of evolve, right? Yeah, they do. Oh, if they just pass, I'm gonna play it safe then and not run out the... I don't want to run the bestow out into open mana, because again, this has to be attached to a creature for you to get value, otherwise... So bestow is a little bit weird in that if they killed the creature I tried to bestow in response, I would still get the 1/1, but again, that has no ability, so... Let's just attack and see what they do. They clearly have something here. Okay, I'm just going to pass priority. Target creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. That's fine. So... could just play out a 4/4, or I could level up my... Yeah, let's do this. Let's level up my Brood Scale, get a token, and play out the drone, which will trigger the token to get a 1/1 counter. Kinda sweet. Sweet, sexy plays. Hey, this is from like Onslaught. That's a reprint. 4 mana, 2/2 flying threshold. It turns into Shivan Dragon, and they have 6 cards in their graveyard already. It's terrifying. Jeez. I guess we're gonna get our Ravager online. Sorry, token. Annihilator 1. So now we can make copies of the Ravager if I draw land. But they might also just kill me very quickly with the Fledgling Dragon here. I don't think they're supposed to attack. Because if they leave it back, the Annihilator trigger would actually give them the threshold that they need, you know? Nice, we did find the land. Alright. I'm in no rush, we can just sit back and make copies of our Annihilator. Alright, there's a Repurposer, that's fine. They have nothing to proliferate. Oh! Our Ravagers are going to have Evolve. Not that I have anything that can trigger them, but that's funny. I don't know if they're supposed to attack here. Because now I just get to attack with all. Nice, jeez. Oh god, the sack lands with the Nantuko. That is also absurd. I'm going to make another copy. Holy crap. Yeah, this Nantuko is great. That's insane. Alright, sack 2 permanents. I'm attacking you for 16. Alright, they sacked their token, so that means one less chumper. What? That did not seem correct. I'm scared and I'm confused now. Do they have a Wrath? No, if they had a Wrath, they would have blocked as much damage as they could. You know what they could have in their hand? They could have like a coat. So there are huge Eldrazi in this format, and maybe they were just hoping that they could get there. They have like an Ulamog or a Kozilek or something. Those cost like 10 or some insane amount. Yeah, the nice thing is, even if you don't have the mana to make a token or a copy of the creature, you still get a 1/1. Dude, I didn't even think about the Nantuko with the sack lands. Pretty good. Oh, Kozilek's Command. Okay, they did have some kind of crazy card. Target player creates X O1 Eldrazi's, and then exile target creature with mana value X or less. Damn. Wow, that card is insane. It just requires double colorless to cast, so it's a little bit hard. I thought I had a basic plane. Oh, wait, that doesn't search for planes. Never mind. So I have 10 trample damage, and they're at 5 with 7 toughness, so they're all, I can put them to 1 next turn, I think. But they need to sack all of their lands instead of tokens in order to survive, right? Because they have to go chump on the 2 6/6s, and then they have to go uber block the trample. Turns out getting a 6/6 with Annihilator 1 every time I play a land is kind of good. Nope. Okay, now they're dead because of the trample. Probably didn't matter, but, you know, it beats. GG's. Continue the hot streak here in Modern Horizons. Feels good, man. So similar to my other video, I might end this a little bit early. Again, I am on a time constraint here, and I'm trying to get you guys as many videos as I can before the event goes down for the following week before it actually releases. So how many videos do I need to record to get there? Let's see. This covers the release day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to record 7 more videos. It's gonna be a long day. If you watch all of these videos in order, you're just gonna see me get continuously more and more and more. Not downtrodden, but lacking of energy for sure. All right, next game. What do we got here? Nice looking hand. Very good 1/1 counter synergy hand, this Fangs of Colonia. I would love to be able to overload it one time, but as we saw in one of our earlier games, the Vampire plus the Fangs, my opponent doesn't have a removal spell, could just win very quickly. Now, black does have a lot of removal, so we might not want to go all in on as much. Oh, they're going to be probably a mirror match looking here. I think I'm going to lead on the drone then, instead of the Vampire. 1/1 menace. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on it. When you do, you may remove a 1/1. You may remove a counter from another target, permanent or opponent. Oh, that card is insane versus me. So, the Slith are from like original Mirrodin, if you remember those. They all had this ability of whenever they deal combat damage to an opponent, they got a 1/1 counter. They were all basically 2-mana 1/1s. I think there were a few like 3-mana 1/1s. So, it having Menace makes that one already pretty good. They have... Alright, if I don't draw a removal spell, we are going to lose now. That turns into a 3/3. Jeez Louise. I need to draw a removal spell so badly. I thought that was a removal spell for a second. I got excited. Alright. Well, we might already be dead. My god, that's gross. The reverse Nantuko. Like, if I double block and they have a removal spell, I just instantly lose. But if I don't double block, it turns in... I guess it turning into a 4/4 isn't the end of the world. But yeah, we're looking pretty beat here. The bright side is copying the Slith isn't that exciting. It's annoying, but it's not like the end of the world. Sorin of House Markov. 1/4 lifelink with Extort. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, you exile and he returns a Sorin Ravenous Neonate. Planeswalker with this Extort that makes food. Deals damage equal to the amount of life you gain this turn to any target. Then gain control of target creature permanently, by the way. Put a lifelink counter on it if you control a white permanent other than that creature or Sorin. Jeez, dude. Well, I guess we're dead. I'm gonna triple block the Slith and hope it works if they attack. Alright. Make more Slith, more value, yeah. So they probably have the black 1, kill a creature, gain life for each of its colors, would be my guess. I don't remember the name of it, but I have it. So they're probably just gonna trade with Ooze. Oh no, they're gonna trade with 6 and then kill my Ooze, or vice versa. Uh-oh. Oh, they do have that card. No, they should have done this the other way around. They could have gained 1 extra life there, so... They messed up. Okay, where are we at? I guess we are gonna start making... Oh, I don't have the green to copy, do I? I guess it's still worth it to make 1/1s. Yeah, it's still worth it to make 1/1s since they have the Slith. Oh, and they have Evolve from the Propagator too. Oh! Hell yeah, that's right. God, I want to just draw lands here for a while. Oh, wait, am I stupid? If you didn't create... Oh, so they always make a token. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Alright. Nani? That's not a good sign. So, this is a really good attack by them. The reason is, remember, they get to remove counters, so they get to still kill my token here. But I think I'm happy to trade off with the Sorin. Yep. If they had a removal spell, they would have used it pre-combat, I'm pretty sure. 6/6 trample. That is not good. Yikes. Okay, let's kill one of the Slith, I guess, and then make this a 3/2 lifelink. That'll just have to set up for a double block on their 2/2. I'm gonna take a bunch of damage. We're hoping that they just have lands left, but we're still just gonna die to the Dread Mask equipment, even if they don't have much else. Their start was just a little bit too good, and we missed too many lands here. Gross. Because yeah, I don't know if we have a way to actually kill the Dread Mask. And especially with them having so many tokens, right? It's not like I can just trade off with the Dread Mask once. Oh, that'll do her. All right. Bestow Hydra gives it reach, trample. Yeah, that's good enough. Definitely dead. Damn. My first loss finally. All right, let's play one more with this deck, and then go do a draft again. Gotta get 7 more videos recorded. Hopefully, 7 more videos recorded today. I mean. Let's see. Let's go on to our next game. See if we can get one more win with this deck before we call it good. And yeah, this hand's amazing. Got our black-white duel with the... Man, this Abstruse is so absurd. It's just like instant speed, kind of like a Fractured Identity, right? Let's lead on... So lead on the Basking. Because I might just want to activate the ability and turn into a 3/3, get a token next turn. 2/3 pings me whenever they have a different creature, and then it deals 1, or it has Unearth rather. Since we drew a land, we don't need to do anything else here. Uh-oh. Okay, that could get a little bit dicey. The lifelinker should help us a lot, though. So 3/2 lifelink menace this turn. Attack with both. Level up, make a 1/1 token, hit him for 6. I gain 3 back. Hopefully they don't have a way to make oh, Siege Gang Commander, or whatever the Eldrazi Siege Gang guy is called. 3 Gatekeepers? Uh-oh. Bing, 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 bing. Well, I think they're getting a little too aggro here. Oh yeah, that's gonna lock it up. Our draw was also incredible. Kill this. put a 1/1 counter on if we want to. We don't really need to gain the extra life, so... Witherbloom, put a 1/1 counter to get an extra 1/1. And we can sack that for mana, play the Propagator, make our current token another. Gain 3 back, go to 17. So I die if they go Mountain into Gatekeeper plus the Siege Gang? I don't know, it was probably better just to double remove those. If they kill me here, I deserve it. It'd be... I would find that hilarious. The hell is this? Shilgangar, Sire of Famine. Sack another creature, make a blood. If you sacrifice an angel, make a number of blood equal to its toughness. Sacrifice 6 blood tokens, return each creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter. Those creatures are also vampires. That is kind of neat. Are they dead here? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Looks like death to me. No, 1 off? I think I'm 1 off lethal. Are we supposed to Abstruse? Oh, wait a minute. Can I kill them with Abstruse? Abstruse on Gatekeeper. Cast it? No, that doesn't work either. So they have to go chump, trade. I gain 3. They go to 1. And then I can still make a token here by sacrificing this token. Dude, 3 Molten Gatekeepers is hilarious. Whenever a token you control leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That's kind of funny with Shilgangar. Oh, they missed a trigger, didn't they? They should have played Nightblade after those Gatekeepers. That would have hit me for an extra 2 damage. Not that it matters, they were still dead. Spoke Battle Wagon. Whoa, what the heck is this energy thing? That thing's awesome. That thing is really cool. Alright, GG's though. Boom, boom. Nice. Yeah, hard deck was pretty sweet. I'm going to call it there, though. That was a fun one. Fun little green-black adapt 1/1 counter theme deck here in Sealed. Oh, man, I'm looking forward to this format. And yeah, Abstruse Appropriation is absurd. Play that always. And Antuco is very good as well. So, thanks for watching this one. Next time, it will be a draft. As always, friends, thanks for watching. I'll see you back later. Bye-bye.